Hey guys, today I want to talk about a post from a user named Ghost Jesus 50, tackling credit card debt and refinancing. Looking to aggressively tackle my debt, I had to take on more credit card debt than I like in the last 4 to 5 years, and combined with the interest rate hikes, and it's making it harder to fathom the cost on long term. I am making more than I was 4 years ago, so I have more stability, but want to improve towards financial freedom. I was making it less earlier in the last decade, but have more stability now, and think refinancing would be a possible choice to tackle this mountain of debt. I have three credit cards below I would target. A loan provider is offering me below loan offer at $30,000 at 17.29% interest APR for 60 months, 750 monthly payment. Credit card debt one, which is 16,000 at 30% interest rate, 600 monthly payment. Credit card two, 8,500, 27% interest rate, 300 monthly payment. Card number three, $6,300, 26% interest rate at 2240 a month payment. So total at 30,800, 1140 monthly payment. Credit score 620. Looking to improve it. I have 15 years of an on-time payment, never missed one ever. I want to refinance and aggressively pay down the debt at a lower rate. Potential other compensation is possible over the next 1 to 3 years via bonus and RSU vesting, which I will throw at this debt. A couple of questions. One, what are people's experience like with the debt consolidation loans? Is this reasonable given my credit card debt and rising interest rates? How does my plan of attack look with commitment to not using these credit cards? Am I screwed if I don't get the loan? That immediate hard inquiry would suck. Thanks. Few things. First and foremost, with a credit score of 620, I really doubt that you'd be able to get a personal loan for $30,000. But also, two, even if you are able to get it, you're not going to be getting it at 17% interest rate. I wouldn't think, just because the markets are kind of tight right now, and with a credit score of 620, I don't know if that's going to be available to you. But if you get it, great. If you don't, obviously that's not the end of the world. I think you were asking, am I really screwed? No, I don't think you are. Now, you mentioned about the immediate hard inquiry, which will suck. You also mentioned that you haven't missed a payment ever and that sort of things. So it's really good to kind of recap what makes your credit score the way it is, right? Obviously, we know that the history of how you've been making the payments on it, which is a big factor. The other thing is what they call utilization, which I'm guessing you're pretty much maxed out. If you haven't missed any of the payments, the reason your credit score is so low is because you're kind of maxed out on your credit cards. So the thing about the utilization when it comes to credit cards is that they actually look at it two ways. One is actually each individual credit card. So you have one credit card with the limit of $10,000, the other one with $5,000, the other one with $3,000, so on and so forth. They look at each individual line item to see if you are maxed out on that. Along with it is that they look at your overall, right? So you have like three credit cards, with a limit of $10,000 each. They look at the overall math behind it to see, okay, you got 8,000 on one of them, you have 10,000 the other one, and you have 1,000 the other one. They look at it as $19,000 overall out of 30. So they look at it both ways to see how your utilization is going at, quote unquote. So that's something to keep in mind. And of course, there are other things like a credit inquiries and that sort of things, which makes a little bit portion. Another is a type of debt that you have, whether it's do you only have credit cards in your credit history, or do you also have loans and mortgages and that sort of things? So that's kind of makes up what the credit score is. And the good thing in your case is that having a one hard inquiry may drag it down a little bit, but you shouldn't be dragging down any more than what it is already, by a whole lot, right? And obviously having the good payment history helps. So as soon as you get your utilization lower, I believe your credit score should sky back up pretty quickly, just because you're able to kind of pay those things down. As far as a plan of attack and trying to pay up the credit cards and stuff like that is concerned, of course, as I mentioned, I don't know if you're going to be able to get a personal loan to cover that. And if you can't, and I wouldn't really sweat about getting more and more inquiries on the getting a personal loan. I don't think this is necessary. What may be necessary here is that if you, especially if you are looking to move toward or improve your financial freedom towards the, working a little bit more. I think you said I am making more than I was 4 years ago, so I have more stability, but want to improve towards financial freedom. So I guess you're working towards financial freedom, and obviously, to be in a better financial position as an overall whole, there's two ways, right? So cut down the debt, which is what you're trying to work on, but there's another side of the thing which is increasing your income. So in this particular case, I know well, it sounds like what you're trying to do, right? What you need to do, which is tackle your credit card debt. So one of the things that I would look for is that yes, it's great, but if you can't make a headway because you can't get another personal loan because of the credit situation and this sort of things, what I would suggest is possibly for the time being, for short duration, maybe you want to get maybe a second job, part-time job, third part-time job or something like that. Maybe do like a UberEats, Lyft, DoorDash, something like that, where you can work a little bit, but also earn extra money. So you can use that to kind of pay up your debt as aggressive as possible. That way you get rid of all the credit cards. That way you get rid of all the debt, and then you can use that income to kind of supplement it and be in a better financial position. And then once this all that is done, I don't know if you have a house or whatnot, but once you have like major debt only, then you can kind of, if you want to slow down or if you want to quit and stuff like that, I think you can do that. And from your primary source of income, you can probably, set it aside for retirement and investing and all that stuff. I have no idea what your income looks like, what your debt looks like. But when you're in a big hole like this, $30,000, almost $31,000 just on 3 cars, I'm not sure if those are the only debt that you have. It made it sound like you had a little bit more, but you want to tackle those 3. But regardless of it, by doing it, this $31,000, you're paying over $1,000 per month. I think that's a really good thing. Also, another thing is that somebody below actually mentioned it, but one of the good thing about the credit cards is that as you pay down the debt or the balances, your monthly minimum payment goes down, which makes it even better, right? So like you can see that your minimum obligation is less and lower. So if something else comes up while you're trying to pay these things down, now you have a little bit of buffer, a little bit of cushion, because you have that little bit less in monthly obligation as is, rather than compared to the other side where you're on a fixed payment and a fixed term. So like you have to make that payment regardless of what happens. And so some things to kind of think about. I would definitely try to do that. I think that's priority number 1 at this point. Hope that it helps. Please subscribe. Hit the like button, and talk to you soon.